Good day, Summers. This is Raidmaster bringing you League of Legends Shoutcast for your viewing pleasure. And today, we're going to be jumping into another game. I hope you guys have been enjoying Worlds. I certainly have. I mean, I don't really have a team that I specifically root for. I just enjoy good games, and I just go to watch. I just pretty much watch because I enjoy watching how high skilled players play. And the team I root for is the one with the champions that I enjoy the most. So if a team ever picks Dr. Mundo, that's the team I'm rooting for, because Dr. Mundo is my favorite champ in the game. And anyways, with this game, it seems like it's already 3-1, 2 minutes into the game. That means you must have missed some sick jungle invade, and it definitely looks like it, with blue team taking 3 kills and only losing their Ahri in the jungle invade, whereas red team unfortunately lost a lot of their team to that. And the kills were pretty spread out among all the blue teams, so that's going to be nice, giving most of their laners a little bit of an advantage. And it doesn't look like any of the buffs were stolen. Everyone's still taking her blue, Siobhan taking her blue. Both the red buffs are still up, so I guess not really much at all was lost there, and except for probably some experience. The experience is going to really be a big thing. Whoever got the experience, they're going to hit level 2 first. Shen's got a little bit of experience. Siobhan's got some experience. Janna and Caitlyn are both almost halfway to level 2, whereas their lane opponents, Ezreal and... who is his support? I guess it would be Annie. And Annie are nowhere near level 2. Anyways, let's go over the champions for this game before I break any more meta rules like support Annie. For the blue team, mid lane is going to be Ahri. Top lane will be Shen. It's going to be a jungle, Shyvana. Caitlyn will be in the bot lane, being supported by a Janna. For the red team, Fizz is going to be mid lane. There's going to be an Evelynn jungle. Jax will be top. Ezreal is going to be bot, and Annie is going to be supporting him. Support Annie. I mean, I have a friend who I play with who, like, he's not that great of a player. He introduced me to League of Legends, but he's really not that great at the game. And he loves picking, like, unconventional supports. Support Lux is his favorite. He enjoys support Karthus and support Annie as well. You might be saying, support Karthus? Yeah, I don't know how he gets it to work either. Usually he actually does pretty good with those weird supports, but at the cost of taking most of his carries, CS, and all of the kills. But yeah, that's just the way he plays. I'm fine with it. It's kind of fun. And anyways, let's get underway with the game. So 3-1. That's definitely going to confer quite a bit of an advantage to blue team. They're already 1k gold ahead this early in the game. And that means they get a few more items. Janna already has a Philosopher's Stone. Ezreal was able, I mean not Ezreal, Caitlyn was able to pick up a long sword and a potion. And of course the Shen was able to pick up more armor for this lane. Cloth armor plus more sustain is going to make it so that Jax really doesn't have a chance of weighing him down. That's a lot of damage reduction on the Sen. Just look at him bully that Jax, because he knows he can take all the auto attacks and not really care. He's got sustain from his Q, from his health potions, and more importantly than that, he's also got just all the armor from the cloth armor, all the damage reduction from the Doran shield. So even without the sustain, he'd just be able to survive through it. And Jax's early game is notoriously not that great. Level 1, he can do decently well with Counter-Strike. If he can get a stun, he can usually do a lot of damage to someone, possibly even get a first blood. But now that he's at the disadvantage, I mean, Shen has a lot of armor and damage reduction for this early in the game. So it's really not looking like that. Definitely wasn't going to work out for Jax, and now he's just getting bullied in his own lane. He is a level behind the Shen right now. That's unfortunate for him. And right now, Ahri versus Fizz. This matchup can be pretty even. If Fizz can land his ult, it's very likely that he can get a kill on the Ahri if her ult is down. However, Ahri's ult just gives her so much mobility. She can dodge the shark, she can dodge the playful trickster. So this matchup is really going to be more determined by ganking the side lanes, I want to say. I would have to say that Fizz might have an advantage, though, in that lane. I don't play Fizz that much, or I don't really see him that much either. And when I do see Fizz, I'm usually playing Katarina. And nice dodge from the Fizz. And it goes to say that Ahri's skill shots can be dodged as well, where she can dodge the Fizz ultimate. Fizz can dodge the Charm of Playful Trickster along with the Orb as well, which is Ahri's main damage tool is in fact the Orb of Deception. It's true damage, it's magic damage going out, true damage going back, and it's very, very good harassment. And of course, one of her big nukes for all in engagements. And right now this Shen's just like creeps. Nah, I'm just going to go and auto attack this Jax for a little while. And this Jax is definitely not having a fun lane experience. And here comes Fizz going all the way in, taking a lot of damage though. I mean, Ahri could potentially pick this one up. Here comes the Shyvana. Will she take the kill? She is going to with her E. That's a nice job from the Shyvana, totally helping there, am I right? And Evelyn's going to be able to sneak into the side bush. Shen might be in a bit of trouble. Will Jack start up his counter strike? Oh, I think she got spotted there by the Shen. And here comes Evelyn. She's going to jump right in here. Shen is very slow, but he still does have his taunt, so I think he's going to be just fine. Oh, no. They're going to kind of dive this. And it looks like they're going to trade kills, actually. Jax is going to go down to the tower. So that red team did get an assist there, so a little bit of advantage them. And, of course, giving Jax more gold is always beneficial. But I feel like Shen with more money is just going to make this lane a lot harder for Jax. Although Jax was able to pick up another Doran's Blade off of that. I think he started Doran's Blade maybe, or Crystalline Flask. I don't remember which one he started. But now he has 2 Doran's Blades and a Crystalline Flask. And right now this Support Andy's definitely threatening, especially when she hits level 6. There's a lot, even without items, there's a lot of damage right there from Support Andy. And Ezreal is going to get knocked up. And it looks like they're just going to be going on this Janna. Will they be able to pick her up? Yes, they will. There's the power of Support Andy. Lots of bursts, lots of stuns, and they're going to stun the Caitlyn as well. Now Ezreal's going to start right-clicking, uses Arcane Shift, and there will unfortunately not be a kill. Yes, there's the flash. One more Q once the barrier goes down. Oh, and it's going to get juked out by the Caitlyn's flash. Nice play by her. And that's going to keep their damage at only 1 loss. And I'm sure the Andy's pretty happy that she's doing so well. I'd be happy if I was Support Andy and I had just gotten a kill on their Janna. And that's definitely something that this other one's got to be careful of. I mean, they've got Caitlyn, who's the master of safe farming, and they've got Janna, who's the master of disengage. But unfortunately, it was not enough to save them from the Support Andy and Ezreal combination. Right here, we've got Ahri charming the Fizz, doing a lot of damage. Fizz is going to go back, but Ahri really wants this. She's going to ult in, but here comes the Evelyn. She's just going to ult out and be like, don't really want to play with this Evelyn. And here comes the Shyvana for some sick non-red buff Shyvana ganks. And by sick, I mean not really that great. If that was any other jungler, that probably would have been a kill. Any other, like, if that would have been a Jarvan or, let's say, an Evelyn even, or, wow, I'm really just brain fire on other junglers. Like, if that had been a Zac or a Jarvan or any other conventional jungler, that would have probably been a kill. But Shyvana, unfortunately, does not have any way to CC the opponent. Without red buff, she doesn't even have a slow. And here comes the Evelyn. There's the Shen shield on top of the Ahri, but I think she's going to go down anyways. Now Shen is here alone. Will he be able to pick up the Fizz? Here comes the Dragon. Not quite enough range to get the Fizz, but there goes the flash Q from Shen, picking up the kill. Evelyn really wants this Shen, and she's going to get it. But the Dragon, unfortunately, too low health to dive this Eve. And that was a nice play done there. Oh, here comes Support Annie. But unfortunately, Support Annie doesn't have any damage. That did so little. And even the flashing for the kill, I don't think Shyvana really needed to flash that. I mean, I don't think she realizes that this Annie has 2 farm, 0 ability power. Well, I'm sure she has some ability power. Oh, Evelyn, you want this kill, and you're going to get it. Nice job right there. You don't really want to feed jungle Evelyn. It looks like she's going for the burn build. That sword and that Spirit Stone really just suggest that she's going to be picking up Spirit of the Lizard Elder, and then I expect her to pick up more of those damage over time items. Maybe a DFG, though. I really am a big fan of DFG on my jungle Evelyns. I just think it gives you so much more power. If you're getting fed, it gives you a lot more power to just killing your lane opponents. And that can be really, really useful in ganks, that extra damage from the DFG. And we just see some more farming going out from all the lanes. In this top lane, let's take a look at the CS actually right now. Jax is slightly, they're about even in the top lane and in the bot lane. We do have an advantage for Caitlyn, despite them having a bit of a rough start in their lane with getting the kill of the Janna. Caitlyn has been devoting a lot more of her time to farming, whereas Ezreal must be devoting a lot more time to harassing. And here comes Evelyn for the sick ganks. She does get exhausted. Here comes the Ahri too. The counter gank is going to be successful. Shut down on Ahri. That's a very good job from Ahri responding to the jungler's presence. And it looks like blue team might be egging towards Dragon. Oh no, it's Shyvana on fish action right here in the blue team jungle. I mean red team jungle, not the blue team jungle. And it looks like they might be going for this buff. Oh wait, no, blue buff's long gone. And Shyvana has it. Looks like Shyvana was able to take out their blue buff. And right now it is going to be blue team versus Dragon. It's going to be a pretty much free Dragon for them, as no one for red team is in range to respond except for the Ezreal, and he's obviously not just going to go in there solo to try to contest the Dragon. And Evelyn has finished her Spirit of the Lizard Elder. Shyvana, it looks like she has a Spirit Stone. She might be going for Spirit of the Ancient Golem. I don't expect her to get Spirit of Lizard Elder. I mean, it could definitely work with her AoE fire run thing. Whatever. So I played Shyvana like 3 days ago, and it didn't go so hot. But I used to really like Shyvana in Season 2. Now I really don't play her that much, and it looks like they're just going to be dropping a ton of damage on this Caitlyn. She gets exhausted, she gets ignited. There's the Tibbers, and there is the victory. And right now we are seeing a duel, Shyvana versus Evelynn, but unfortunately I think Evelynn's going to win this one. That's unfortunately for the Shyvana. Now Ahri's in a lot of trouble as well. One more Q from Fizz. We'll pick that one up. And Fizz is just going to barely survive from the tower. And now Evelynn looking to pick up her jungle again. I thought she might go for an invade, but unfortunately not right now. Look at that Annie recall. Isn't it the most adorable thing you've ever seen in your life? You can't really see it because of the grass, but it's personally my favorite recall in the game. I bought the skin just for that, and it's amazing. Besides that, my favorite Annie skin would have been Reverse Annie, but I mean, I guess that Panda. I had to buy Panda Andy for the recall because it was just so cute. And right now we just see Shen auto-attacking some creeps up top lane, looking maybe to push the lane a little bit. While Jax is gone, Jax will be coming back to lane soon. Jax building Vamp Scepter right now. He might be going for Blade of the Ruined King. That wouldn't surprise me. However, could also be going for Trinity Force after this Vamp Scepter, just picking it up for some sustain. Shen has picked up a Doran's Blade. An interesting choice, going to be giving him a lot more dueling power against the Jax. And right now, alright, he's picked up a Morello Nomicon. And in terms of healers on the other team, the only one I can really think of would be Jax once he builds a lot of like lifesteal and spell vamp. But besides that, I really don't see how the Morello Nomicon would be great for its healing reduction. However, it is great as a source of cooldown reduction, giving the purchaser a whopping 20% cooldown reduction. Very useful for Ahri because she is very cooldown reliant. So definitely a common pickup on her, even though its passive might be going a little bit to waste against the enemy team. It never hurts to apply grievous wounds though to an enemy. Oh, the flash from Annie is going to be countered by the Caitlyn, and doesn't look like they're going to be getting anything from this. And behind them comes the Evelynn. And remember, I think if like Ezreal, if they have the vision of Ezreal and then he walks over Evelynn, but here comes the Ev and there's just a ton of damage coming out. Shen is going to be teleporting in here with the Shyvana. It's going to turn this into a 4v3. No, Shen was knocked out of his ultimate. He is not here. So there's just a ton of damage going on the blue team. However, this Evelynn is just cleaning house, taking up a double kill right there. They did lose their Ezreal, and now she's going to be picking up a triple kill. Evelynn just did so much damage in that fight with her Morello Nomicon. I thought Shen was going to be TPing down here, but he did not. Did Shen even have his ultimate up? Yeah, he did. He did use his ultimate, but he might have gotten knocked out of it by Jax, and then he ends up killing the Jax. So I guess all in all, that was a 2-for-3 trade. Ezreal and Jax did end up dying in completely different sides of the map, whereas Evelynn just came in and cleaned up for the blue team. Was able to clean up for the red team, taking out Caitlyn, Shyvana, and Janna. And it looks like Shen is just going to be continually harassing this Jax. I think Shen still has the advantage in this lane when it comes to dueling. He has so much armor, so much HP. I really don't think this Jax has the damage yet to deal with someone so tanky right now. So Jax is going to have to be very careful as he farms. He can't let himself get too low, or else Shen's just going to go in for the taunt and potentially get a kill. And here comes the stun from the Jax. Here comes the Eve as well. This is a very bad situation for Shen. He's going to try to taunt away, but I think this Evelynn might have a kill here. Oh, he's just so tanky, though. Will they be able to dive this? That is the question. They're going to definitely try. And there's the kill picked up from the Evelynn. This Evelynn did bring Ignite just to help her pick up those kills. I think that's definitely a viable option on Evelynn. She's not very flash reliant due to the fact that her speed boost will refresh upon kills and assists. So she's much less flash reliant than other champions. Picking up Ignite, just like when you pick up Ignite on a jungle Shaco, helps you kill people in the early game so that you can snowball into the mid game, late game area. That's what I do on Shaco as well, because champions like Jungle Evelynn and Jungle Shaco are quite dependent on whether they can get fed and farmed in the early mid game. Bring Your Knight will definitely help that. The Annie is going to go down from behind the tower dive of the Shyvana. She did, in fact, come from the tri-bush there. Fizz is now here to help. Oh, this Janna's in a very bad place, in a very bad time, and it's going to go down to the Fizz. I mean, to the Ezreal, but now Fizz is taking a ton of damage. He's going to go down to the Ahri. Shyvana's going to be hightailing out of there. And the other two shoot as well. There's the Evelynn dropping her ult for the slow. Going to be picking up the first kill. But now looks like she's going to be picking up the Caitlyn as well. One more Q, and that's a kill. Oh, she sees the Shyvana. She does. She's going to go for the dive. Go, Eve, go. But Shyvana's super fast, so there's no way that's going to happen. Evelynn has picked up Sork Shoes and a needlessly large rod. I called it DSG next for Evelynn. Definitely not going to be a death cap. At least I hope not. Evelynn does not scale very well with just AP. She's a lot better scaling when it comes to like Magic Pen and amplified damage, which DFG gives you amplified damage. And it looks like Shen has lost his turret top lane, and Jazz came down, took the turret mid lane, and now Evelynn is just going to take this blue buff. Shyvana really wants to fight this, but she doesn't know that there's a Jax in the background. But here's Shen as well, so they're like, perhaps we should just skedaddle. But will they be able to survive? Shen's have his taunt soon. Nice use of Bilge Water Cutlass, but not quite enough. Now Jax is just taking a ton of damage. Evelynn's trying to help wherever she can. And here comes the Ahri as well. Were they towered out of this? They probably shouldn't. Here comes the Fizz, and just a ton of damage being dropped on the Shyvana. The Shen shield is going to keep her alive for a little while, and they are able to pick up 2 kills for the price of 1. That was a nice job by Shen teleporting in there, along with the fact that Ahri was able to get in there as well. And now it looks like Andy came through the wrong side of the forest, and he's going to be going down. Oh, this Evelynn looks to be in a lot of trouble as well. There's the flash from the Ahri shutting down the Evelynn. And now they want Ezreal too. This has become like a let's all walk into the enemy team for red team. I mean, just don't go in one at a time, guys. That's how you feed the enemy team a lot of successive kills. If you all decide to walk in one at a time, that Ezreal almost fell victim to that trap that Annie certainly did. That team fight just went on for a very long time, but still the game very even. Both teams pretty much identical in gold. And for the late game, I'm going to have to say I do favor the red team, not just because of Jax, but also because of Fizz. He's a very strong assassin late game. He's going to be able to jump on that Caitlyn and just murder her if he can land his ult. I mean, blue team does have a lot going for them in the late game as well. It's not completely decided. They have Shen for the split push, plus the ult, which is very strong. They have Caitlyn, of course, a very safe auto attacker in the late game, though she doesn't have any damage or attack speed steroids, so she is a little bit on the low end for damage as far as hard carries go in the late game. Shyvana has a lot of damage late game, even when building completely tanky. If she just decides to get a damage item, she's just going to start wrecking people in team fights. Shyvana, definitely a very strong late game hero. And of course, John is going to be great in those team fights. If like Fizz jumps in, John can just press R and reset the team fight. So that's going to be very useful. But if Fizz can juke out the monsoon, it's going to mean a world of difference. So it's really going to come down to the end game. Sorry about that. It's going to come down in the end game to who's more skilled and who can use their abilities to mind game the opponents better. And right now we have a bit of a fight going on top lane. Jax really wants the Shen, but the Shen really wants the Jax as well. I mean, I still think Shen has the advantage in these duels. Sunfire Cape plus the makings of a Spirit Visage. Oh, here comes Annie with the flash stun. Ahri's here too, though, and that Caitlyn's just going to get blown up. There are 3 members of blue team down here. Now Fizz is going to take out this Ahri, whereas the Shyvana, oh, here comes Jax as well. Shyvana's going to be picking off this Ahri, but Jax, no, will he be able to save the Ahri? Will she live? The Annie is going to go down. I'm saying Ahri, but I meant Annie. The Annie and Shyvana are both going to go down. Here's the kite coming out from Janna. And in the end, that was a 2-for-3 exchange in favor of red team. And unfortunately, the Shen did not have his ultimate up in that fight. That would have made a world of difference for his team. He could have shielded the Caitlyn, could have shielded the Ahri. Probably wouldn't have wanted to shield the Shyvana in that situation. Although definitely could have. What is his ult level at right now? Oh, here comes a fight. Evelynn versus Shen. Shen definitely has a huge advantage in this fight. Will he be able to pick up the kill? That is the question. Doing so much damage. Evelynn's going to have to burn her ult just to get away. And she will make it back to the safety of her own jungle. I mean, at this stage of the game, Shen is just so hard to fight. He's so tanky, has so much natural sustain, almost killing that Janna. I mean, if he would have had red buff, that would have even been a kill right there. Unfortunately, not able to pick her off. Ezreal has finished her Trinity Force Rest. Caitlyn has finished her Bloodthirster. And right now, here comes the Shen taunt shield. And there's the taunt, there's the connect, and there's the kill. Nice gank from Shen. He was just minding his own business, farming his lane, and all of a sudden he's like, hey, it looks like my mid laner wants to get a kill. Teleports in. That is the power of Shen. A global teleport is such a strong thing to have. And it looks like we have the Evelyn just kind of trying to like tiptoe through her jungle because she's very scared right now. And she is going to try to smite away the blue buff. She gets it. And now the Shyvana's kind of like in the middle of the enemy team. They can't really kill her, but she can't really kill them, so it's like an awkward situation. But nice smite steal from the Evelyn. She does have her DFG. She does have her Spirit of the Lizard Elder. I mean, this Evelyn has a ton of single target damage, even AoE damage, but her single target damage is amplified with the DFG along with her natural AoE damage. And it looks like this Ahri might be going Death Cap next. No, I'm going to take that one back. I think she's going to go Death Fire Grasp, a build very popularized by the recent Worlds tournaments and in the LCS. So I definitely expect to see that coming out from her. Death Fire Grasp makes more sense than the Ravenous Death Cap for sure. I'm actually not a big fan of picking up Death Cap on Ahri at an early stage of the game. I'd rather pick up more damage utility items on her like Deathfire Grasp, Abyssal Scepter, Rylai's. Those are like my kind of go-to items for Ahri. I'll pick up Rabadon's like at a late game point, but in the early mid game, I really am not a big fan of picking up the Rabadon's Death Cap on her as much as other champions who scale better off AP. I'd rather pick up Magic Pen or utility on her. And it looks like we're going to have a fight, Shen versus Jax. But we've been seeing this fight all game. Oh, but there's a Shyvana here to make the fight a little bit more exciting. Shen's going to try to bait out the Counter-Strike from the Jax before the Shyvana comes in. But I don't think Jax really has any interest in fighting this Shen. He's just trying to get as much farm as he can right now. Jax has not finished his Bork yet. He just rebuilds Water Cutlass. He might actually just go Gunblade as well. That's definitely an option as well. And he is looking to build a Trinity Force next. And this Evelyn is now sneaking through these bushes, looking for a kill. And it looks like we have a tower dive coming here from the Shyvana on the top lane. They're doing a lot of damage, but unfortunately Shen's not able to get range for the top, but it's okay, because Shyvana, although building tank, he still has enough damage in the bot lane. Evelyn's going to be going down after picking up a kill on the Caitlyn. I mean, Caitlyn did pick up a kill on the Evelyn, and now there's a nice juke of the Fizz ult. Looks like Ahri was an unfortunate casualty down the bot lane along with Johnny. At least they were able to but at least they were able to pick up the Evelyn. That's a big amount of gold for the Caitlyn. And it seems that Fizz has jumped into a trap. Caitlyn, don't get too close to that Fizz. And the top lane, looks like blue team's just continuously pushing right now. They are going to be taking that inhibitor turret for sure. Oh, look at that recall. And right now it's just Ezreal versus Caitlyn. Ezreal's like, where's my team? They were here just a second ago. Oh, that ult's not going to pick up the kill. And there's the inhibitor turret. Picked up by the Shen. And Annie kind of wants to initiate this. Support Annie is a bit of an initiator. She does have her Boots of Moby. And there's the stun on this Shyvana. And now Shyvana took a lot of damage. She's forced to flash away. That Shyvana has flash. A lot of them like to take exhaust, but flash definitely does keep you more survivable, especially in situations like that. And Evelyn is going to be picking up her red buff for even more fiery particles. And that is going to be that. Both teams still pretty even in gold. Blue team does have a bit of an advantage due to the fact that they've taken more global objectives, definitely. They've had more dragons. They've had more towers. And that Ezreal ultimate's going to come through a little bit too early. And this Annie is not going to be able to interfere. Caitlyn picking that one off with the last hit. And it looks like Caitlyn's going to be going maybe for Quicksilver Sash. Definitely a viable option against all the CC that this other team has. I don't think Quicksilver Sash does anything against Fizz's ult. I highly doubt it does. That'd be pretty insane if it did. But I think that I bet you'd see more people buying Quicksilver Sash against Fizz if it canceled his ultimate. So I'm pretty sure it does not. However, it looks like, I mean, she could even be building a Banshee's Veil. That would also be a viable option. But Quicksilver Sash would be a good idea for that Negatron Cloak, I think, against the Jax stun, against the Annie stuns. I mean, there's a lot of threat there. And it's really going to help her against the Evelyn's damage and the Fizz's damage, because those are the two big threats for her right now. Both those champions can function in an assassin-like role, just gunning for the AD or AP carries. And it looks like Ahri's in a bit of trouble right now. She is going to fire off her ult to get away, and that is the power of Ahri, guys. In trouble, press R. Success. And Right now, we're just going to see probably the red team looking to do a push, perhaps. They are definitely behind in towers right now. They have all the tier 1 towers, but, I mean, blue team has all the towers in the top lane, not just the tier 1 tower. And, oh, there's the counter attack from Jax. Looks like he wants to fight this 1v1 mono. Who's going to win? And it looks like Shen does not like his chances right now. And he is just going to try to kite. I mean, the real power of Shen in that situation is he can try to kite the Jax, just engaging when he has Vorpal Strike up or his shield up. And oh, that looks like that was the idea. And here they come again, fighting once more. Jax definitely has the sustain and the damage to now fight through Shen's a huge health and resistance pool. And they're both dropping very low, but as this game just gets longer and longer, I'm going to have to give the advantage to the Jax in the term of these 1v1s. Shed has completed a Spear Visage, has another Giant Spell, and here comes the Shyvana initiation, but it's a 1v3, what was she thinking? I mean, she's really tanky, she has a lot of damage, but I mean, it's a 1v3, but Jonathan has to reset this. She's so tanky though, and here comes the Shed with the ultimate. Jax is down here too, but he's just going to be going down. That was a crazy initiation from Shyvana, 1v3, and she was still able to do it thanks to the Jax. Oh, Shen's going to get knocked by a fish, and here comes the ult from Caitlyn, not going to do enough to kill. Ezreal's going to Essence Flux over the wall, or Essence Shift, whatever it's called, his blink ability over the wall. And that was a nice initiation from Shyvana. I mean, she survived for so long in that fight. She has pretty much built pure resistances and tankiness. She has Lock of the Iron Slayer. She has Spirit of the Ancient Golem. She looks like to be building into either a Banshee Veil or a Spear Visage. Spear Visage more likely, although she doesn't have any natural healing. Here comes the Evelynn for the cleanup. Nice Zonias from Ahri is going to keep her alive. That was a very good use of Zonias. And now Evelynn starting to clean up. She's picked up 1 kill, but it looks like that's going to be it as Caitlyn picks up a triple kill. Now Annie's trying to defend this tower, but I don't think she really can do much. They're going to lose a mid tower to the blue team. And that's just a really good job by them. That Shyvana running in there, though, was just some crazy shit. That requires a lot of dedication to your Shen, knowing that he's going to ult you. A lot of knowledge about how much damage that Shyvana can take. She knew that she could dive in there and just be fine against the Evelynn, against the Fizz. And that was just insane. And her whole team came to back her up, and it ended up working out. And if that hadn't worked out, that's kind of the play you get flamed at in solo queue. Like, why'd you go in 1v3? And then you're like, well, if you had helped me, we would have been able to make it. And, yeah, I mean, it's one of those hard decisions to make. You really need to have reliance on your allies if you're going to make one of those moves. And her allies did indeed back her up, and they were able to just take a team fight and a tower out of it. Right now, this Caitlyn has a lot of damage. Last Whisper, along with attack speed from the Static Shiv and more damage from the Bloodthirster. On the red team, we have 2 Trinity Forces, one on Jax, one on Ezreal, and Ezreal does indeed have a Bloodthirster. It looks like he's going to be going for Last Whisper next. It could be an Infinity Edge, but I think it's going to be a Last Whisper. This Evelynn, since she finished her DFG, she's only gotten a Sheen. She has not done well since her amazingly snowbally early mid-game. She's been kind of stagnating since then. And here comes the teleport from the Jax. Are they going to fight this? The Fizz just jumps right in. He takes so much damage, gets immediately blown up. Now blue team has taken down the turret. It looks like they want to win this fight too. Jax is in a really bad position. He's going to be taken down. Nice taunt from Shen. And wow, I'm just going to have to say that was a really bad play from the Fizz. He went in there, he got stunned, and he just got melted in his face. That did not go well for him at all. Did he even get his ult off? He did not. No ult from Fizz. I must say Fizz threw that team fight and perhaps even the game for his team. They are going to lose that minimum 2 inhibitors from this. And they don't really have, it doesn't look like they have much of a chance to take the towers, unfortunately, on the bot lane due to the fact that the wave is extremely pushed. Here comes the Evelynn. She wants a kill. She does, in fact, not use her DFG yet. If she had used her DFG, that might have been a kill, but it is not. In fact, Evelynn just gets picked off. This is the problem with Evelynn players, especially Evelynn players in jungle. They do really well in their ganks early game, and then they think they're invincible gods who can just assassinate anyone. This Evelynn is not. She is super squishy, and against grouped up teams, she is not going to do well. Here's the Shen teleport keeping Janna alive, and will they be able to pick up this Fizz? It doesn't look like it, but they're going to be able to pick up this Ahri. Nice taunt, and they are able to pick up that Annie. Am I confusing Annie and Ahri's name all the time? Because if I am sad. I'm just going to curl up in my lamb throw and be sad alone. So I'm also thinking about remaking some of my champion guides, but make them more. Okay, this is like channel information. No longer game information. Take a few moments here for channel information. I'm thinking about remaking guides along with other league-based videos. I'd like to make more Dota videos, but I'm just not that good at Dota, unfortunately. I don't understand all the intricacies of the game, all of its mechanics. I'm still kind of learning about it. And I mean, this is just a really, really strong showing of the power of Shen, I want to say, in this game. We're back to game, by the way. This there's a GA now picked up on the Caitlyn. She has decided to sell her Negatron cloak and be like, I could use a GA instead. And Evelyn is going to get picked off. And with that pick off, I think that it's free for Red Team to just go in and start raffle stomping the Nexus. Because there's just not really much that Red Team can do about this anymore. They've lost one of their high damage champions, and they really can't stop a push. At least they'll be able to take down the bottom inhibitor right now, because there's nothing they can do without Evelyn. They've pretty much lost one of their most reliable sources of initiation. They still have anti-stun. They still have Fizz ult. So, I mean, they're not out of ways to initiate, but they're very low on ways to initiate. There goes the Shen just diving into the whole team. Shyvana's like, I want a piece of this action too. Looks like Jax is going to be caught out of position. Around 3 members of blue team is going to go down. And now it looks like Anna's going to be the next one to fall. Oh no, she might actually survive this. Looks like she's going to be able to live. And the Tibbers, however, is going to be feeding a little bit of gold. And now Evelyn jumps in but takes a ton of damage. Will she get bursted down? That is the question. No. Shyvana takes a fountain turret shot. And there goes the Nexus turrets for Red Team. Now they're just going to right-click the Nexus for victory. And it looks like Shen might actually be going down here. No, he shields himself. There's the Janna all disengaging the fight, kind of. Now Evelyn's like, I really want to kill someone, but I'm exhausted. This sucks. And she is going to end up dying. And there goes the Nexus. Will be going down next. Caitlyn might go down. No, she won't, but she did have her GA anyways. Wow, good game. Showing the power of Shen. Shyvana, I think, doesn't get enough credit as a jungler. You can build her tanky and just run to a fight, and you'll still do a lot of damage, even without damage items. So I really think she's an underestimated jungler right now. And she's not very good at ganking. She's atrocious at ganking, I should say. Like, one of the worst gankers in the game. But she's very good at counter ganking. If you can predict the movements of the enemy jungler, which is very easy to do, especially at the lower level, you could take advantage of their ganks and just counter gank with Shyvana, because the enemies won't really be running away from you. They'll be running towards your teammates, which means you can just wail on them for a few seconds, and then they'll realize, holy crap, this Shyvana does tons of damage. And then you'll just take advantage of that and kill some people, get farmed, build some tanky items, maybe build a Bork if you're feeling dangerous, and then just wreck people in team fights. But that is the power of Shyvana. And right now, well, that was the game. I hope you guys enjoyed. I certainly do enjoy watching Shyvana be played. And Panda Annie is just an adorable champion. So, yeah. I'm going to probably be coming with a couple guys in this next week. I'll probably, I think Sunday, I'll be finished with the guides. And then I'll hopefully be able to make videos for them next week. I have one in my mind that I want to make first. And I also want to make a couple other types of videos as well. Hopefully to draw people in. So, yeah, I'm going to be working on those in the near future. Tomorrow, I'll hopefully have a Dota cast out, even though today was Tuesday. Today's Tuesday, right? Yeah, today's Tuesday. So I was supposed to have that out today, but unfortunately, yesterday I couldn't get a league cast out, so I decided to get a league cast out today. Yada, yada, yada. I'll see you guys next time.